might continue. Oh, cool. Monsieur Grenouille? Mon Dieu. Mr. Grenouille is dead. Adeline, what have you done? A cat with claws. I hope it doesn't stretch below the screen. It's gonna be annoying. Sparrow Son. Where on earth is that featherhead? Haha! The early bird falcon? Too early for worms. Past the Cabernet Sauvignon. Breakfast of champions. Falcon is lemon. Seems a smidge loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. That should be good. Objection? Nani? Nani? Hey. Excuse me. That was kind of in the mic. But anyways. What's going on, J-Mans? This Falcon character is Lemon in IRL. Never heard of it? I only heard of it in passing at one time. It's a game called Aviary Attorney. And so what it is that apparently they took all of these drawings from like the Victorian era. Someone had drawn like birds as people or like animals as people, right? And these guys did like high quality like scans, and they took like, this is all like public domain art, right? And they just took it and they animated it a little bit, and then they used that as a way to do like an Ace Attorney style Sherlock Holmes type of investigation game. And I believe, I haven't played it, I haven't really seen anybody play it, and I believe that this is it's very much like Ace Attorney, where it's like you have a case. You have to defend somebody, you have to go out into the world and find clues to build up your case, and then once they're ready, you can go to court and defend them in court. And I don't know how else it plays, but it was an interesting concept, and it was like $5 or $10, something like that. It was pretty cheap, and I was like, I'm going to buy it. And then I never played it. I bought this game like 2 or 3 years ago, and I never played it. So, here we are. It's going to be another sleepless night. I don't have school tomorrow. I can stay up with you all late. Hell yeah. A little late. It's too early for worms. Past the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrow Son. You may have the honors. Alright, ahem. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I'm writing you today as my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. Cartoon called Redwall. Isn't that a book series, or is it something Wall? I thought it was Redwall. I could have sworn it's based off a book series, right? Or there's something similar that I'm thinking of, but I do know what you mean. Rats, like little mice with. It's based off a book, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I read some of the book, but I never finished it. It was a little weird for me. But then again, I was a kid, so maybe it was just above my reading level, and I wasn't really thinking about it. Okay. She's been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at a la concierge prison on charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. Be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Senior? I'm trying to think. Is that senior? Like, how would you pronounce that? Probably senior. Senior Pertois. Oh gosh. Pertois Demau of the Demau estate. I'm gonna commit suicide. I'm gonna commit froggy suicide. No. I saw a video. Never mind. Ignore me. This is quite something. I know. Your first serious client in months. Not just that. The Demau. Meow. It's Meow. I'm pretty sure it's about cats. If I were to bet. The Demau estate is all well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. I suppose your intent is defending Dame Cataline in court? Of course! I wouldn't dream of anything otherwise. It would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrow Son. Going to find our kitty client at La Concierge. Excellent. My derriere was getting quite tired of all this sitting around. I like how he has hands but a bird head. You ever make yourself laugh? But I better file away Senior Demiau's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Pertois' letter has been added to our evidence folder. Evidence. It's Rose. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking the suitcase symbol. Yes. You forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. I recall you losing it at the New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, alright. No need to make a list. Also picked up my wallet. I have 20 francs. What do I do? What do I do with the 20 francs, dog? Also, one thing that I don't like about like old school literature is how they rely, not rely, but they really use the French language a lot. And I don't know all the phrases. You know what I mean? I'm going to need a Canadian here to help me out. So if you see a French phrase that I don't know, let me know. I mean, maybe I'll ask. But yeah. Like mon Dieu, I think is like oh my god, kind of like a oh my goodness kind of thing. But there's a lot of literature. Like I've been reading Agatha Christie's. Good thing I'm Korean. Nice. Yeah, I remember reading a lot of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot, which is it's a good series, right? It's a good book style or whatever. It's good detective novels type of thing. But there's so much French that I'm always like getting confused, and I always like Monsieur and Mademoiselle and it's just like this. Those are easy, but like there's a lot of ones that I get confused on, and I'm like, I think that means this, so I'm just gonna roll with it and see if it works, you know. Like I just kind of go with it, but and that does kind of bother me. Have you seen the TV show Hercule Poirot? I have not seen the TV show. I do know it exists, but I've read some of the books, so that's about all I've gotten so far. Okay, we're going to travel to any of the locations here. Mark the clock symbol. Oh, I should have read that. The AA offices. No junk mail. I'm guessing that means that's like the time it takes. I missed what it said. It's going to take time for us to travel there. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the concierge. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. What do you want? It's Quark! Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Cataline de Meow. I am due to represent her in court. You're a lawyer, huh? Fine, fine. Follow me. This game, French, makes sense considering it takes place in France. It does. But I find that a lot of sort of British styled or, you know, English type of things rely on a lot of French because they're right across from France, and they have a very, what's the word I'm looking for? A long history with France and stuff like that. And so, like, I don't know. I feel like there's that, but Americans don't get a lot of French. So being an American, it's weird because this game is in English, but it's relying on like British English, and it's a lot of French. So that was my point. That's all I was trying to make. Oh, Cataline. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Cataline de Meow, I presume. Oh, you've arrived. I don't know if I'm going to do this voice very long. The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. The roses is because the colors. Yeah. First world problems. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. My papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available on such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. That ain't Falcon. Falcon. Punch. Punch. Well, you spell it as P-A-W-N-C-H. Punch. He hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listing under Aviary Attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. It happens to a lot of people. I don't think there's that many orange people, so I get J-Man's pretty easily. I feel you, Rose. I feel you. Alright, I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? What happened on the night of the murder? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? It was Friday evening. Me and Papa had arrived at Chateau Crinier, home of the great Baron Rourgueil. Rourgueil? My Papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with the camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. The man with the what took your what? A camera. It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Technology is amazing. That's true. That's how I can tell it's Quo, is because it changes often enough where I'm like, okay, the person with the weird names, or it's gonna be Quo. Also, it's a really short name. It's just Quoo, so I can usually see it. I don't know. That's his shtick though, so it's almost like that's like how you would determine who he is. Like, it does throw me off every once in a while. It's like purple, and then it's beige, and then it's like a orange or blue. Translates to Maine. Okay. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Pshaw. Let me believe. The camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. It's been added to my evidence folder. Please continue, Dame Cataline. After the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave kitty. Was there something else you wanted to ask? Yes. Who was there that evening? Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Just assume my color? I did. Cool, just wanted to check, yeah. I did. Well, there was me and my papa, my dearest... Ma'am? That's a weird way to say it. My dearest mother couldn't make it. Maman. And there was Baron Rourgueil. Gosh, it's going to be so hard to pronounce this name. How do you pronounce Rourgueil? I'm going to say Rourgueil. Rourgueil. Baron Rourgueil was who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. And of course there was Mr. Grenouille. Well, until, you know, he died. There was, Monsieur Robitio de Robinio, the man with the camera. But he was only there for a little while. Yeah, I assumed it was Mom. Usually when they say dearest. I don't know, I got it. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Did you see anything suspicious? Did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon? I do believe you're looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I'm afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? You said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was. You and your damn stomach. Let me see here. We had poached red herring to start. Red herring. It's almost as if that's like a joke. Garnished with garlic butter. Go on. A marbled steak. Perfectly bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant. Write it all down, please, for me. Oh, man. Sparrow Son, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. Even for the steak? Garlic butter. Bloody rare. That's pretty rare if you got a steak that's like bloody. Might as well just be like, psst, psst, there you go. No more germs. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Crenay would have glorious silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a bit peculiar. Is there anything else you want to know, Mr. Falcon? No, I think that will be all. What's the plan now? The way I see it, we have 2 tasks. We should head to Chateau Crenay. Crenier? Crenier. It's probably Crenier. I don't know. Thinking of the stomach. That's it. I like this man already. And try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer. Robitio Robinio. 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable. But we should get back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Mr. Monsieur Falcon, before you go, you do believe my story, don't you? I believe in you. It is our duty as lawyers and as gentlemen to have faith in your testimony. You can trust us. Thank you. Thank you both. Dame Caroline, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Rourdieu. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not particularly. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a face book. A book of faces. I can keep track of who everyone is. What? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, descriptions, and a one easy-to-carry catalog. The names should do a little work, though. Yes, indeed. We wouldn't want a Facebook. That is a face. A wealthy father of Dame Caroline, Pertun Harris to defend it in court. This Quark, an ill-mannered jailkeeper, seems to feel disgust for criminals and for animals in general. That seems like a bad idea. He is an animal. Interesting how your layout has Murkrow considered number 43 in the Pokedex as Honchkrow. Is it just because birds? Is that where we're getting at? I think that's what you're getting at, but I just want to make sure. That's a lot of fucking faces. Okay. Calling it Facebook might get them in trouble with the Senate. Indeed. Dude, what if this data right here leaked to the Russians? Dude, what if everyone knew Quark was an animalist? You know? Dude, he's prejudiced against animals. What if that got out? You know? He could be in big trouble with his job. The Zuck. He looks so weird in those. 211 is quillfish. Oh, is that... Wait, hang on. 211, so you're talking about your birthday is quillfish, and my birthday is haunch crow. That's what you're getting at, I think. Because you were right around Valentine's Day, so that's your birthday. You didn't explain that, so I wasn't sure. But I guess that makes sense. But Rose equals lewd confirmed. Indeed. Okay, let's make a move. Let's go back home. A new day. The game stays automatically at the start of each new day. But you can make a quick save at any time by going save and quit from the pause menu. You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left or by pressing the escape key. I want to visit Studio de Robinho. Keep dreaming. This is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? There's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Rubito de Rubinho, is currently out for an artistic expedition. He shall return to his muse when his muse sees fit. It means he is a pretentious bird brain. In any case, the artist seems to be out. Shall we do now? Knock anyways. Nope. It's not in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe? Monsieur J.J. Falcon. The one and only J.J. Falcon. Bird brain pun. Yeah. Keep dreaming. Joke's on you. I have insomnia. I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't know what came up with me. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back and barge the door down. What in bird Jesus' name was that? He said you wanted to break in. I thought we'd find an open window. I didn't think you would just turn to a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here. We got to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very... swanky? I was going to say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. You don't have time for this. The sound of the door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. Clicking the X top right. Look, what? It's the easel. No, look what's on the easel. Ooh. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Cataline, and I see Senor Portor. Logic and trick plays. JJ Man's? J Man's Falcon? So what shall we do? Do we just take it? Should take it. Fuck it. Came this far. Might as well borrow it. There's a lot of things to examine, but picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Oh, this is good. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings. How's the answer vary? It's cool, we're lawyers. It's very illegal. Am I going to land a use Verison? If we're caught, we will be spending the next 20 years with the number instead of a name. I call 24601. Don't be desperate, son. You can't call prison numbers. Damn, I wanted that one. Okay. Honestly, I don't think there's much else to do here. Sailing ship on a windy day. Paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid this bottle is. You can taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit. So let's not. Buy these for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. Okay, we should probably book it. Never gone. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, mon Dieu, what happened to my door? Fuck it. Tell the truth. Live honestly. It's like this. You see, we are attorneys who have been hired for the purpose. Raven. Raven did it. I saw the whole thing. I'm not going to jail because your conscience is acting up. Nobody's going to jail. Just take it easy. Damn Ravens. I always prefer. Always after our shiny objects. Am I right? Yeah, that's right. Let's make a move. Turn on this pretty fast. Right. Let's go. We just robbed him. We're like, yeah, somebody else. Let me turn the music volume down. It's a little loud. Okay. Can't believe it takes a whole day to do this. Falcon and Sparrow sent into the courtyard outside of Chateau Crenier. Fuck it, we're lawyers. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building shadows. Excusez-moi, monsieur. I don't mean to be a pain, but the little girl and I are sick and starving, see? Cough, cough. I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change. You have 20 francs in your wallet. What do you do? I'll give you 1 franc. Here you go. Stay safe. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child has something to eat is at least I can do. Is the least I can do. What am I doing? Standing here moralizing. Come on, Sparrowson. We have business to attend to. Step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crenier. Look at this place. Baron Rorgio must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything on this side of the Seine. The Seine? That's right, Seine. Is it like a weird ear thing where like it's like a hum? So it's weird. I don't know if it's. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna get bad ending. I have a feeling I'm gonna get punished for it at some point. Honestly, like if I made a game, I would definitely do that. Like maybe I wouldn't. I don't know how the word I'm thinking of, but like if you give nothing, then you have $20 still, and then there's something later on in the game that requires $20, and that's what I need the 20 francs for, right? If I spend it on anything else, then I get in trouble. Maybe not in trouble, but I lose that option, right? What you drinking? Green tea from Arizona. I went up to my grandpa's house last weekend. Last week today. I mentioned that I was leaving out of town for a couple days. And I brought some Arizona with me just so I'd have something to drink, because he usually has like water or like diet soda at his house. So I was like, I'll just bring some green tea. That way I'll have something to drink for like lunchtime and dinner time and stuff. And so I brought some Arizona and I was drinking some. And my grandpa was like, oh, what you got there? I was like, oh, I got some Arizona green tea. He was like, oh, wow, fancy. It's like, it's not fancy. It's just the name. He's like, oh, it's not from Arizona? You didn't import that? I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't make a custom order to import green tea from the state of Arizona all the way to my house. No. It's just the name. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything on this side of the Seine. I mean, it's not from Arizona? You didn't drive across the Mojave Desert to pick it up? No, peeps, I didn't. We sell it in grocery stores all across America. Is he here right now? Yes, he's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. We must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron, we like a word. How's that? You have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Rorgule, property owner extraordinaire at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? No, we're attorneys. Not quite. I'm a private attorney, J.J. Falcon. This is my associate, Sparrowson. Not the first to have passed through here today. Oh? Yes, yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch. Sorry, a hunch. He was thinking him at the trial. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for your for you, messieurs? Okay, wait, you're right. What the fuck am I doing? This is just a marketing ploy. Nothing matters. I've been duped. I have been duped. Been drinking Arizona green tea my whole life, and I didn't think I'd ever been duped, but I've been duped. What may I do for you, messieurs? We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday. Of course, such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you, messieurs, we wanted to see the crime scene for yourself. Actually, yes, that'd be fantastic. Be my guest. You'll find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor and third door on the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the, unfortunate incident. Can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid not. It is my understanding the photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. So Ghost trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out whenever you're done with your investigation. Let's see here. Gosh, I want to go to the garden first. Gives me a consolidating hug. Consolidating? Like I'm all over the place. You need to bring me in. J-Mans, I appreciate the hug, and I do thank you. I gave you a virtual hug. Thanks for hanging out, J-Mans. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you so much, my man. You right. Dame Cataline said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain. So this must be the very spot the murder took place. Just want some skin-to-skin action, boy. Hell yeah, dude. If you get your passport taken care of, you could meet us at SGQ. Wouldn't even be that far. Well, I guess it'd be kind of far. Wouldn't be terrible though. It's just across the lake. Do the crime scene investigation thing. Alright, crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, the thing where you get eagle eye and analyze every object with excruciating detail. Being searched for evidence? Yeah, do that. It's not a bad suggestion. Okay, let's see here. What do we have? Finely crafted horse statue. Its mane is almost lifelike. I would say it behooves you to stroke it. No, I would not. Okay, we got a fountain. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid, carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water at the bottom of the lower basin. Shame we can't see inside the upper basin in there. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to have a closer look. Apologies, I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look. Me? No way. If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle through a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep, flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. What'll be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Behooves. Heads or tails? You know what? Hang on. If we win, heads. We're going tails. Rip. I don't know why I did the head wipe thing. Well then. Ripperino. Plant squiggles. It's called a wreath sparrow, son. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squiggles. Here we go. It's heads. Should have gone with the old Emperor Falcon. Gah, fine. Hold my shoes. Almost. You're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. Did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. It's brown and sticky. It smells weird. Don't tell me what you picked up. A wet cigar butt? Possibly belonging to Baron Rorgule? Correct. Bitch, I'm richer than you. You right. It would be too surprising. It is his house, after all. It is his house after all. Stashed in the evidence folder, just in case. The cigar butt has been added to the evidence folder. I feel like the mic is like leaning in a weird way, and it keeps bumping up against me, and it's kind of strange. This is probably really loud and annoying, and I apologize. Brown and wet. That's shit. Obviously. Is there anything else we need to do here? Another one? Baron Rugio certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. Another statue? Horse statue? This one has a goofy face. Horse walks into a bar and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've heard all of that one. No, the barkeep says, "You gotta stop coming here. You're drinking us under the table, under the staple." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. You're right. Another horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. That's unfortunate. Yep. Eventually he realized it was just filling up on hors d'oeuvres. Oh, man. I think that's everything to examine. Horse d'oeuvres. Don't push your luck. Alright, off to the lounge. Oh, it's a handmaiden. Bonk, 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 bonk. Second floor, third door on the right. And this must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey, Falcon, did you see that? See what? Housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Ah. Yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon. Sparrowson's better than Maya? Ooh. It's a tough one. Definitely has better jokes, I gotta tell you. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, rude to me. My name is Colleen Duhout. So, what can I help you with, with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Just grab a chair. That's better. Thank you. What was it that you wanted to ask? Is this where the photograph was taken? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? You're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. The camera was standing Just where you're standing, actually, Mr. Falcon. And where was the cannon pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Something isn't right about this clock. I know, the painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking more obvious lines. This clock has no hands. This clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rorjul was just keeping around as a conversation piece. We're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. And it's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make more note of it. Something else you wanted to ask? Is there something we should know? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought you were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? I suppose you're just a little nervous after all the drama last week. Are you sure there isn't something you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. Right? Hang on. No, that's not an accurate job description, person. It isn't? Oh, well, what do we do then? I'll tell you later. I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask? Nope. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. No problem. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate you didn't give me the third degree about it. See, I'm trying to save it to follow my dreams, and I'm rambling. It's no problem. To be honest, we made a larger crime to worry about. We have a larger crime to worry about. I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else. Silverware, perhaps. Do you know about that? I suppose that was me. I started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, I suppose the habit's gotten a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. Missing silverware. Cha-ching. Appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust. Yeah, you know, break his trust, because, I mean, we wouldn't want you to do that because you're stealing or anything, you know. Phoenix right. I always search for the truth. Falcon, fuck the quiet. We're in this for the memes. Hell yeah, dude. Sparrow Sun's all about, we're here to get you off the hook. We don't care if you murdered that guy. It's our job to make sure you don't get punished for it. So where to next, Big Bird? I guess the main hall. Did you Missourians have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. I have some questions for you. Ask away. I have nothing to hide. What happened on the night of the murder? I would like to ask about your activities on the night of the murder. Am I in trouble? Not at all. Well, I mean, yeah. Nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. Let me think. The guest arrives at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. There we go. Photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 we had our picture taken. The housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that. Is there something else you observed with? About your housemaid. About your housemaid, Colleen. She's a courteous young lady, isn't she? Yes, she was quite helpful. Should I give her up or nah? I mean, I don't have any personal attachment to her. But do I sell her out? Am I a snitch? She's bae? Alright. Glad to hear it. Do you two want to ask anything else? We'll be leaving. Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. Hell yeah. We do one thing a day and then we need to sleep on it. The Palais de Justice. Palace of Justice houses the High Court. Only the most serious of crimes. Alright, let's see how it goes. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice. I don't know how you say justice in French. Justice. Palais de Justice. Waiting the opening of the Tribunal des Grandes Instances. Are you nervous, Falcon? That bad, huh? Mr. Falcon, Petit Sparrow. Is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon just told me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. Watching from inside, do your best, Mr. Falcon. Are you ready? Yes, we're ready. Hell yeah, we're ready for this shit, dude. Oh boy. Judge Maxime. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everyone here? J.G. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rappington, present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Darn, that's not it. Oh, gosh, where are my notes? I knew it. Rupert and I were in Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Was he smart? Pfft, no. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can always assume he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit feet. Unless he's improved considerably, he might already have this trial in the bag. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Is that what you just said to me, you motherfucker? Is that what you just said? Did you just say what the fuck is this shit? Fuck you. This is Aviary Attorney, bitch. Also, sorry. It's good to know. So he's basically Winston Payne, except more incompetent. Should I ban? Saul Goodman. That's all. It is Saul Goodman. That is correct. It is all good. What's going on, Mike? Scott? Fuck, I don't know what to call you anymore. You have so many different names. I'm gonna keep calling you Scott, but damn it, does it not mess me up sometimes. Now, so I used to play, or I did not, maybe not used to, but I played Ace Attorney, which is the Phoenix Wright game on. They call me Daddy. I played it on stream a long time ago, but I played like the whole original trilogy, right? Played through that on stream, and I do like these types of games. I like playing it for the, you know, the chat interaction and stuff like that. So I wanted to play this one. This is a similar type of game, but it's made by somebody else. It's called Aviary Attorney. Again, everybody's like a bird or an animal or whatever, like a Victorian era drawing of an animal. It's kind of weird, but it's pretty cool. Say, Sparrowson, if Robertson scored the second lowest marks in class, who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Ah, here it is. Ahem, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? Aye, aye, Captain. All present and accounted for. That's a hippo, man. And a goat lady? Is that like a seal guy? Interesting. Muy interesante. Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for a case like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are associate judges. Assessors. The 2 with the funny hats. These guys? I guess so. Associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Kathleen de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Valerti, to the witness stand. Inspector Valerti, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Inspector, please state your name and occupation. My name is Inspector Just Valerti. I'm a servant of the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plagues the city. Arrgh, arrgh. I have enforced the law for over 20 years. I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. I was hoping he would have all the bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with the lawful goody two-shoes. But this guy would turn into his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you were the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. And perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. Alright. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rurgio. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Miao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws. That sounds like an open and shut case, in my humble opinion, but no more questions, Your Honor. Bloodied paws? Nobody told me that detail. You're about to give the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. It's your opportunity to find flaws in your inspector's testimony. Oh, actually, I know how to. I know where this is going to go. You begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examination of the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase to find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. Okay, hang on. So I have my face a book, my book o faces. Alright. Robitio de Robinho. Let's see here. I got 19 francs. I don't know why that's important, but I have a wallet with money in it. Can I not look at this at closer detail? I guess not. Okay. Inspector, you said Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. How much blood was there? Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. Notice blood under the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Her mouth? How vile. Yes? Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? This line of questioning is absurd. There's only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood of Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. Do you have any reason to suspect the blood belonged to someone else? I do. Actually, I have more than a suspicion. I have evidence that the blood of Dame Cataline's paws have nothing to do with the murder. The blood undoubtedly didn't come from the victim. Where did the blood come from? They came from these bloody steaks that they were served at dinner. On the evening of the murder, this game looks exciting. It is exciting, dude. Welcome back, Mike. Matt. I almost said Mike. I'm looking at Alpha Delta Mikes. Sorry. I'm sorry. What's going on, Matt? On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Remington? Well, in a matter of speaking, I suppose the supposed steak may have been on the menu. And then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well, wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No. Oh, intriguing. Oh, pretty convincing. Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something very quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant bourgeoisie kitten. She is no doubt brought up with her flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork with her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she possibly have gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? That is a good question. At least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. It happened something was missing from that particular banquet, something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. It would be the stolen silverware. She was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had previously been stolen. I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from Rorgueil's residence when we performed the initial investigation, but as it happens, Baron Rorgueil approached us about this very subject last night. Innocent, perhaps? What a twist! You gain a little favor. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax you overlooked these basic facts with your initial report? Lax my investigation? What an animal. That's such a weird emote. I assure you, I assure you, I was the most thorough investigative officer on the force. It is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Wrecked. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting on your next case. Fine. So be it. Until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Rubinio, the photographer who attended the banquet the night of the murder. Please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could you introduce himself to the court? As if anybody in the courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Rubinio. Cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures. I captured their very essence. I think that means I am an artist. Sweet artiste. You may have seen my works in hip magazines like La Branche and C'est Chaud. Chouette. I don't know how to say that. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Your works are very impressive, Monsieur Rubinio, but let's get down to business. Tell us about your activities the night of the murder. Very well. I was hired by Baron Rourgeau to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera, captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rourgeau and left. Like a true artist, indeed. With regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. It's an exquisite picture, isn't it? Well, let's see here. Who do we have here? In the middle we see Baron Rourgeau, the lion who hosted the event. On the left we see Seigneur Porteur de Miel, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally we see the housemaid Colleen, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people who were clearly absent in the photograph. The first, the victim. The second is the defendant. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? What an animal. Just a moment. This proves nothing. The defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at this point. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, you see a wall clock with the time that says 7:30. Why is the time significant? Well, as Inspector Volerty told us earlier, the exact time the murder took place. That was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Catalina herself. Dame Catalina. The photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different from the one we borrowed from Rubinio's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Colleen Duhaut. Duhaut? Dame Cataline and Seigneur Porteur. But Monsieur Rubinio's photograph shows the Baron where Dame Cataline should be standing. We assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You just slam the evidence down and be like, BAM! Inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. It's like you just slam your fists on the table and just shout evidence. Just shout it out. It's like, no, I can't do that. I'm a refined gentleman. I can't just do this. Maybe a little delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Rubinio would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we would be arrested for theft. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubino, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? It is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. Impossible. I just told you the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. I'm not seeing any mistakes. Could you be more specific? Certainly. Click an area of the photograph. The clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it. The defense sees nothing wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Remington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. That clock has no hands. The photo clearly shows the clock hands pointing at 7 and 6. There's much evidence. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge at Chateau Crenier, I don't know how to say that, I'm just going to keep going with it, has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rojul or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Rubino, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must have been some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there's an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hands should be? Please, don't patronize this. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You edited this photograph. I edited it? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task considering the clock face was bare. You could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubino's created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Rubino coerced? Bribed? Threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Rubino. You got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by who? I dare not say. I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the judgment system. I shall name no names. Did you hear that, Falcon? It's most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubino, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. That is the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day. Intriguing. How convincing. You gain a little favor. Yes. I want to do this hand, but it doesn't show up on screen very well because I'm like here. Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. Anyways, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Caroline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Remington. If this photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered as reliable evidence. Still a portrayal of the night's events. If we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible Dame Caroline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Senior Porteur de Miel, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or a motive, and it wouldn't have made sense for Senior Porteur to implicate his own daughter. Sure, you're not suggesting the honest and beloved Baron Rorgule deliberately tried to frame Dame Caroline. Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Revington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. Ooh, burn. Burn. Perhaps I may offer my opinion. Baron. It's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished for your incompetence. And now I can't actually say it. I tried to force myself to stutter, and then I couldn't actually say the words. Let us proceed with the witness testimony. Do a quick questioning. There we go. I can read. I promise. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. I trust the defense has no objections. No objections here. Fantastic. But before you forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. I like how he doesn't say anything about the truth. Now, prosecutor, ask me what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Okay. What did you? The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Signor Portor, Monsieur Robinho, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline, and that's when I heard a cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think that's all the story. Here, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garcon? Garcon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rourjou, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed a few minutes later. The housemaid discovered a pair just after the photographer left. Called for help. She's back and she's lurking. Sounds good. Gosh. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything that I could really say. Red herring. This is a red herring. Ate a bloody rare steak at the banquet. Colleen has confessed to stealing silverware from the household. Photographer. A photograph was borrowed. The clock has no hands. A cigar was found in the bottom of the fountain. It can only be reached with a little bit of waiting. The dinner went magnificently. I think everyone agreed that it went magnificently, so I guess that's okay. Photographer arrived. Grenouille left to visit the garden. Did he, though? Did he, Philip? I have questions about Monsieur Grenouille. God rest his soul. What was your relation to Monsieur Grenouille? We were business partners. Monsieur Grenouille, Signor Porteur Dumiao, and myself all owned a third share in an up-and-coming railway company. Excuse the crassness of my question, but that means that you and Signor Porteur would now own half of the company each, correct? I suppose that's a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. But Monsieur, you must understand, Monsieur Grenouille and I were friends as much as we were business associates. I mourn the man's passing. You have another question? Yes, the other question was, why did Grenouille visit the garden? Why did he have to leave? Why did he leave to visit the garden? I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. That is quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Monsieur Grenouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Grenouille's food was poisoned in some way? I mean, I don't have any evidence to say that. It's a red herring, which isn't real. I'm trying to think. I mean, that would be convenient if it was, but I don't have any evidence to say that it was, so I'm going to say no. Always had a soft stomach. There's no real surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak. We saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves. When was the last time you visited? Heavens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. And why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court the so-called hard evidence. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. Cigar butt? That wouldn't belong to anybody, and shut your mouth, I can speak for myself. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize. I misunderstood your initial question. See, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my garden in years, but naturally after hearing the housemaid's cry for help in the evening, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. This must have been when I dropped my half cigar in the fountain basin. Ah, yes. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded, but as it happens, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little pet. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
Wow-wee.
Wow. Ashley Sandusky, thanks for the follow. Hopefully no relation to the other Sandusky. Anyways, there are any numbers of possible explanations. Because I can only think of one. You, Baron Wargill, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Wargill, murdered Monsieur Grenouille, and that is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. It is a ludicrous accusation. Falcon, the Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. The allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means or motive or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Wargill as the prime suspect. You want the means? He certainly had the means. His lying claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would have been trivial. Even Monsieur Rubinho confessed just moments ago he feared his claws. I'll never threaten the man with violence. Want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of railway increased from 1/3 to 1/2. That's a weird way. I don't know why I did that. I did 1 to 1 out half. Anyway, this is preposterous. The Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan. Are you going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminating evidence, his finished cigar. Leaving it in the crime scene would raise suspicions, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Porteur de Miao, since he would ensure total control of his railway company. Also, Dame Cataline was first to happen upon the crime scene. The Baron improvised. This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. There's only one outrage here. That is that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeoisie of the worst kind. How dare you, Gorcon? The utter nerve of a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself and something so heinous. The fat cat bourgeoisie, I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. You're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp, I ought to gut you right here now like a damned frog. I rest my case, Your Honor. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Yana. Let's go, old man. Concierge with you. Is that concierge? It does not concierge. It can't be. Concierge. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. Oof. That's quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? In a matter of speaking, well, to be honest, no. It's now conferred to the members of the jury to come to a decision. That was pretty incredible. Yeah, I did a really good job. Way to go, me. Yeah. So if it was enough, what do you mean? You proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you understood something important about the justice system. I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we can't deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain it as it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Meow, to be not guilty. Woo! Hell yeah. Confetti. Oh, Mr. Falcon and Little Sparrowson, you did it. I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. We did it, Falcon. Can't take all the credit. That was a group achievement. So proud of you both. I'll go get one bottle of wine and three of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, it was nothing. I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case. There's no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. I'll spell it out for you. I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. Wait, you did? I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand. Business? To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogule's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose they was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved Monsieur Rubino's was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Rubino to paint me over Baron Rogule and to add hands to the clock. That lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even a bourgeoisie kitty like me. I think you should leave. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Adieu. I got 40 francs. Here's 40 bucks. Have a great day. Thanks for saving my life. What do we do now? Falcon? The plot thickens. Let's keep playing. That's tough. Palais de Louvre. Is it the Louvre? How do you say that? It's like the yeah. Let's be reasonable, senors. I am a simple misunderstanding. There's no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. Oof. A fox among wolves. I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on Friday. Now it's midday on Monday and there's still no sign. This is becoming a little concerning. Oh, God. No, go look for him. That'll be a good place to start, but the bird brain never gave me his address. I'll have to find him the hard way. Conciergerie? I've been saying concierge this whole time, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm looking for my friend. Do you look like a lost and found? You buzz off, bird brain. All right, then. No, all right. Catch you later. No sign of Falcon here. Excuse me, Rupert. Oh, it's you. The first year dropout. Hey, I didn't drop out. I was forcibly ejected. But that doesn't matter right now. I'm looking for Falcon. Have you seen him? The guy who somehow blundered his way through the Cataline trial with the help of some very dubious evidence? I haven't seen him for since the trial. Thanks anyways. Maybe I missed him. Nope. Still no sight. Damn. Mademoiselle. Down here. Oh, there you are. Sparrow son, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought the Baron was a murderer. You always treated me with the utmost respect, but then I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who can put up the best facade. Yeah, I suppose so. So how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. Oh, have you seen him? Yeah, he was brooding in the corner of Les Canyons Jo? I don't know, fucking know. Mumbling and drinking, a little depressing to be perfectly honest. That dingy student bar in the Rue Jean? It's not dingy, it's a little rustic. In any case, he is enormous help. Thank you. I can't talk. Sparrowson steps through the doors of the Canard Jo. I don't know. Joyeux, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers if it isn't little Sparrow son. I haven't seen you in years. How you doing, hun? Feeling pretty good. Madame Cornell? Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. A big guy named J.J. Falcon. That sorry lump over there has been here all weekend. He's been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the whole atmosphere down. Probably still in the corner drinking room upstairs. To the drinking room. Away! Mon Dieu, I almost stepped on the big fellow. Falcon, what are you doing on the floor? Falcon, get up. Bread's completely out cold. Let's drunk this place dry. Pour a drink on his head. Wakey wakey. Good, you're up. Are you with us, Falcon? Yeah. Feeling sober, we should probably head back to the aviary office so we can get some work done. I don't understand it, Sparrow son. I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures. I found all the evidence. I presented the case beautifully. And yet a guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where is the justice? Could we have tried harder? I just don't know. I don't know where the justice is. We are the justice. Oh, yawn, yawn, yawn. I don't know, Falcon. Sometimes the system just doesn't work, I guess. It should work. Yeah, it probably should. I don't have the answers. But what I do have is a freshly baked croissants from Pierre's Boulangerie. Croissants? Yep, they're waiting for you back at the aviary. I'm sitting here moping about justice and you offer me croissants? Well, it's not just croissants. I got pains au chocolat too. I could go for pains au chocolat. Fantastic. Let's make a move. I could go for some chocolate. Some chocolate bread. Alright, I admit it, these croissants are amazing. I told you. There's something else. Reminds me, the baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pains au chocolat in America? They don't call them pains au chocolat? Nope. Pronunciation difficulties. American is a whole nother language. Yeah. So what do they call them? Chocolate croissants. Hello? Yeah, chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles? I think those are still profiteroles. I don't know how to... Am I tired? I don't know. I'm always yawning whenever I stream. Rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate. Simply outstanding. Is this the Aviary Attorney? Can I speak to someone, please? What do they call crepes? Excuse me? Did you just hear something, Spirison? Down here. Oh. What can I do for you, little one? Oh gosh, where to start? Your name, perhaps? Mousy. Name is Mousy. And what can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy? I have this friend, and he has fallen under some legal turbulence. You mean he's been arrested? I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. It's quite a problem. I know, but I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain. And you didn't think that was worth mentioning from the start? I forgot. I must ask you, Mousy, why did you come to us? I would have thought that the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more... not terribleness? Expertise. The prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned. The prince said that. That's a great opportunity, Falcon. Sure, you can't deny the request of the Prince of Spain. Of course not. We'll take his case. I'm all about the Prince of Spain. Let's go. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We'll have the royalty defend. That's the spirit. Good luck to you, Monsieur. You aren't coming with us, Mousy? I have other matters to attend to. But Prince 1 is being held in the conciergerie. Conciergerie. I'm sure he will fill you in all. Sure, he will fill in all the details. There we go. Let's make a move. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Off we go. Oh, it's you two again. Nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Rourgeau is pacing around his cell right now, ranting about wringing your neck. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's super mad. But hey, criminal's a criminal, right? If the lion didn't want a death sentence, he probably shouldn't have killed the guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious. We're actually here to see Prince Juan Carrito. Heir to the throne of Spain. Hang on. Huh, okay. Interesting. So, this character here, Juan Carrito, it reminded me of an Ace Attorney character named Juan Carrito. Carrito, you know, like, I don't know, it caught my attention. I don't know if that's like a nod to them or what, but I just found that interesting. Okay. The mouthy fox, huh? That guy's driving me nuts with his senior. His flamboyant attitude. I say the sooner he hangs, the better. come on then, while we're young. J-Mans. Top of the morning to you. Welcome back. I'm up. At some point, someone told me they were going to get rid of Resident Sleeper. What was because they got rid of the Wind Waker emote, right? Wind Waker was really popular, but then Cosmo transitioned to Narcissa, and then he asked for it to be taken down. And I remember right around that time, someone was like, "Oh yeah, the guy doing Resident Sleeper wants to get rid of his face." And I was like, "No, you can't. Resident Sleeper's too good. Resident Sleeper is such a great emote. It's such an iconic emote. It's so great. Anytime you see a stream and something boring is happening, you just see a mountain of Resident Sleepers just coming through the chat. The Prince of Spain, I presume? Indeed, I am Juan Carrito, heir to the throne of España, and you must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcon. I wouldn't say legendary, but I wouldn't even say notable. Such humility. I would expect nothing less from renowned individuals such as yourselves. Let's get down to business. I trust that my compañero Mousy explained the situation. He told us that you have been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we can start our investigation. I think it's a Twitch employee, and something tells me for Kappa, they probably bought the rights or something. Like they probably own the rights, so he couldn't get it taken down. I bet you, if he wanted to, he couldn't get it removed. Because they sell like Kappa merchandise and shit, you know what I mean? So there's no way they're gonna let him take it away. They probably just bought it or something. I mean, they pay him for the rights. He told us that you have been accused of murder, but we need some further details before we start our investigation. Oh, I already read that. What is it you wanted to know? Tell us about the murder. To be honest, Prince Juan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get in so much trouble. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder? Let me see where to begin. It was a cold and misty morning in the 6th of January. I heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais du Louvre. It's like the Louvre, right? That's how you pronounce it, the Louvre. Palais du Louvre. And I wish to meet the man himself. So after a brief stroll and a picnic at the Tuileries Garden, I entered the house, and I found the royal entourage of in the Louvre's Grand Galerie. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue. How romantic. Before the king could take it, a rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. A royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howell. Ouch, cried Major Howell. I have pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower. The major slumped to the floor. His face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died. He died straight away after being pricked. Straight away, senor. It's obvious the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know what, if any, poison that acts so fast. Nor do I, Senor Falcon. Clearly, the police felt the poison upon the rose's thorn was only a logical explanation. With so many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself? I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller in the house, in Le House market. I keep thinking, yeah, the Louvre. Okay. I keep thinking, so in Spanish, the double L is an AA, which means that you would say like, ha, yes. Like this would be halls or whatever, it'd be ha, yes. Ha, yeah, s, you know, ha, yes. But in French, that's probably halles. So I don't know, it's weird. It's weird because French and Spanish are kind of similar, at least a little bit. You can usually tell the difference when you look at it, but they're close enough that like it throws me off sometimes. A girl by the name of Catherine Marie Siegen. Sign? Siegen. Surely you're not suggesting that flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcon. Well, I'm not making any accusations yet. I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry. Poison rose as evidence. Do you want to ask something else, Senior Falcon? Why are you in Paris? I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know whether you are familiar with current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, and backstabbing. It's chaos. The people are suffering. I thought, if I can befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I can strengthen my family's name. With the Querido dynasty restored, I would have a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation. You ever like start talking and then you like don't know how to talk and you don't know how to finish the sentence? It happens to me a lot. I guess that plan's out the window. Sparrow-san, don't be rude. Oh no, he's right. I failed terribly. Don't fret, Prince Juan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust is settled, you will have another opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission. You get that whenever you talk to women? I got you. Same. Thank you, Senor Falcon. I'm sure you will do your best. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? What were you reading? Before we were so rudely interrupted. Oh, this book, it is the Spanish classic Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it? I do. I've read it. It's a strange story. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be laughing or crying over the hero's misadventures. Indeed, it's easy to read the book as a comedy, but when I look around, I can't help but see all the people who think themselves as knights. I have no idea who you're prattling about. Don Quixote is it's an interesting book. Not a book lover, Senor Sparrow? I dabble. Just most of the reading material tends to be on the lighter side, nice and pulpy. That's like a real term. So the term pulp fiction is like pulpy fiction. You know what I mean? Like that's like a, I don't know, that's so weird. I don't know if I've ever heard that in a sentence though. Interesting. Senior Sparrow-san, I will lend you this book. Maybe you will have a chance to read it and then you'll be able to join in our conversation. Thank you. I'll keep it in my bathroom for toilet reading material, of course. El Inicio Hidalgo Quixote de la Mancha. It's been added to your evidence folder. Was there anything else you wanted to know? I think that's everything, thank you. What's the plan, Big Bird? What's the plan, a big bird? We have 2 lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais de Louvre, and see if we can find any clues or witnesses. And we should interview the flower girl in the Halls Market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poisoned rose. 2 tasks spread across 6 days. Let's not get complacent. Good luck, senores. Wait a minute, Falcon. What is it? Did something seem off about Prince Juan? He's quite a character. He seemed colorful to me, throwing roses, spouting about literature. One suave Spaniard. Maybe I misread him. Well, look, if it's bothering you, then you can always ask around. Maybe someone in the city knows Juan's dirty secret. If he actually has anything to hide. Let's dig up the dirt. What's got a trial to prepare for? Priorities, Sparrow-san. Whenever I think about it, I want to call him like the fucking Karate Kid, like Daniel-san. Oh, Daniel-san, please come. It's like, oh, Sparrow-san, please, we must investigate more. Wax on, wax off. Okay. Before we do anything else, I need to pee. I'll be right back. Away. Resident sleeper. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I fucked up. So, today, I woke up to a text. Not like it woke me up, but like whenever I got out of bed. And I looked at my phone. I'd seen I got a text from work. Someone at work, at least. Nice wallpaper. Thanks. It's got a little bird cage, right? It's got bird cages and a couple of little books. The Gardener's Companion. America's Birds. Appropriate. Backyard Birds. A Photographer's Journal of something. Anyways. Woke up, saw the text, and it says, "Hey, do you have the keys?" Right? Do you have the keys for work? Like we have keys for a lot of the stuff back in the customer service desk. And I knew I didn't have them because before I left, I was doing a little bit of shopping, as I usually do. I work at a grocery store, which means that whenever I'm hungry and I want to go home, or after I'm going home and I'm hungry, I'm like, I want chips, I want soda, I want this, I want that. I want food, right? I can buy the food and take it home. It's great. It's a great thing. I don't have to make an extra trip to the grocery store. So I was shopping before I left work, and I felt in my pocket while I was looking for some stuff. I felt in my pocket, and I thought, oh, that's the work keys. I got to put them back before I leave, right? So I did my shopping, and before I left, I made a distinct, I distinctly remember going back to the booth, opening the door, leaving the keys behind. Good old drop, leaving the keys behind, and then closing the door behind me, and then leaving. Because the other people have their own keys, and I don't have my own keys, but I have the shared keys. So I knew I didn't have it because I made a specific trip to drop them off. They're like, we can't find them. What did you do? And I'm thinking, what the fuck did I do with those keys? So I know I just put them in the drawer like I always do. So where'd they go? So I'm like patting on my pockets. I go find my work pants that are upstairs. I'm patting them down. I go check my car. I'm looking under the seat and stuff. I'm like, nah, I can't find it. I'm telling her, like, they're probably in the customer service desk somewhere. You gotta look for them. She's like, I've been looking all day and I can't find them. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go out to lunch, and while I'm out, I'll be in the area and I'll swing by. I go back there. They open the door for me. I go back and I start scrunching around. I'm looking everywhere. Can't find them. Looking all the regular places. We have like 2 different drawers. I look both drawers. Not there. Looking in the corner. Maybe it fell behind one of the machines or something. I'm like, nah, I don't see it anywhere. It's not in a weird drawer on the other side of the booth. No. Oh my god, I'll retrace my steps. Maybe I'll go over that section over there. I'll look over in that section of the store. Maybe I did something. I don't know. And I couldn't find anything. I'm like, I don't know. Check the cameras. I specifically opened this door, so I had the keys before I left, and I left them back here. So if we can't find them, look at the camera or something. I don't have anything. I don't know what else to tell you. Right? And they're like, oh, gosh, Cameron, I can't believe it. I can't believe you lost those keys. That's awful. I'm like, oh, whatever. Classic Cameron. Always losing stuff. Right? And I got home, and a couple hours later, they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, someone else had borrowed the keys this morning and didn't bring it back. It's like, God damn it, I've been framed. Everyone was hating on me. Surely it's Cameron. Surely Cameron lost it. Nope. Fucking goddamn it, Evelyn was over there borrowing those keys. I want to tell a story while I'm eating chips, so it doesn't sound like I'm just only eating chips in front of the mic. Oh yeah, workers' comp. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I made a special trip to go up to the grocery store on my day off. Oh man, it was awful. It was awful. Workers' comp. Alright. Back to the game. Why does this segment have no music? This bothers me. We could totally put Chill With It Dough. Chill With It Dough. Okay. I should probably visit scene of the crime. Let's do that first. Falcon and Sparrowson have found their way to the Place de Carousel, the courtyard just in front of the Louvre's Grand Gallery. It's the Arch de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it. It's the Arch de Triomphe du Carousel, you doofus. The big Arch of Triumph is up the road. Why are there 2? Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphant arches as he wants. As he damn well pleases. Cocorico. I never expected to see you here, JJ. That arrogant voice. Good day, Severin. Severin. Let's be civil, JJ. Let's want to introduce me to your new associate. Fine. Severin, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. This is Severin Cocorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris. Are you 2 old school friends or something? More like arch rivals. Please, JJ. I think arch rival implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly. Map screen too quiet? I don't know. It just seems weird. It's free real estate. Sorry, that's a meme. But it's a perfect opportunity to put in some music. It's literally silent. You know what I mean? When I think of Ace Attorney, I think that every location plays a song. You know what I mean? You go to the Ace Attorney office. It plays the Faye Sisters. Do 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 do. It plays that tune, and you're like, you know, you're jamming along. And then you go out to like the court. You know, it's got like that theme. You go out to like the Fey village, and it's like that sort of mystifying, sort of quiet little Asian tune with the little Asian flute and the little string instrument. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, it's a perfect place to introduce some atmosphere to enjoy the game more when they just put silence in there for no reason. That's my complaint. As I recall, we met in court 5 times and you lost 5 times. Little Asian tune, you know. Did I say that? I said Asian flute. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. It's a type of instrument, and you know what I'm talking about. It's obviously not called an Asian flute, but like, you know. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you is still able to find clients. Actually, Severine, my business has never been better. As you well know, I'm currently being employed by the Prince of Spain. Juan Querido? Well, this is quite amusing coincidence. Well, don't tell me. Correct. I am the prosecutor for the same case. Oh boy. It's a pity the Spaniard prince will be indubitably hanged. Oh, he will indubitably hang. Okay, sorry. But I suppose that is what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him. Don't call me bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Saverin. One always speaks badly when no one has nothing to say, Voltaire. You know? That's 100% correct. Well, maybe not always speaks badly when they have nothing to say. Okay. I was saying the other way around. If you have nothing to say, then you'll always speak badly or something, but that's... What a cock. Yeah, you're right. He's giving the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon, make a witty retort. What he's saying proves nothing. Oh! Very good, JJ. Where are the reposts? But enough talk. If you Mizzou's would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. JJ, Sparrow Son, I'll see you two in court. Oh, I can't stand that guy. This voice acting, you're right. Oh! Dude, Sparrow Son did a literal PogChamp. He was like, oh shit. Tell him, Falcon. Tell him, JJ. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm pumped. Did him a little bit of a cockerel, but it is true what he said. You know that he trounced you in court 5 times. I can't deny it. Saverin has a reputation for ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Detective Gumshoe, woo! That whole fucking scene made no goddamn sense. Oh yes, I thought that's how you people celebrated. So Edgeworth just comes in, whoop. Everyone's like, Edgeworth? He's like, I'm sorry. Yes. I thought that's how you celebrate. Mountains of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he's always managed to one-up me. This time will be different, right? I hope so. I damn well hope so. I know so, for you see, I stole his annotated map of the Louvre out of the Cocorico's pockets while he was busy rattling off Voltaire quotes. Sparrow Son, that's impressive. I swear you were standing there 3 meters away the whole time. You tall birds are always so busy with your head in the clouds that you don't even notice a small folk run around your feet. Pinching Cocorico's pockets was like taking candy from a very tall baby. Take a closer look. This map shows the entire Louvre area. Everything from Tuileries to Rue de Louvre. What is Rue de Louvre? What's going to be Rue? Is that like road? Route du Roi. Ah. We're standing here at the Place de Courseul. So where's the Grand? Is this the Grand Gallery? Or is this the... Oh, fucking no, dude. All this shit's in French. Dude, fuck France. I hate France. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I like have this irrational hatred for French. And not Spanish. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, Spanish is like... I can tolerate it. In fact, I actually don't mind Spanish. You know, if you don't speak it like super fast, like I usually follow along pretty decently about what's going on, even in Spanish. And it's like French, I'm just totally lost. I don't get it. I really don't. I guess so. I just feel like the pronunciation rules for Spanish are like really simple and laid out, and French is weird. Like it's French and I don't get it. I don't quite understand it. But like it's always been this way, as I've always hated French, and I actually don't mind Spanish that much. I don't know. Maybe just find them pompous or something. I don't know. These pendant arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage. Which means the king went to here. The Salle de Tibre. Du Tibre. And then here to the Grand Gallery where the murder occurred. Didn't Prince 1 say that he spent the morning at the Tuileries Gardens? That's right. That's right. That means Prince 1 approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here. Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first? Let's go to the garden. Our feather-headed friends wander into the immaculately maintained Tuileries Gardens. Everything seems like ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line. Doesn't that groundskeeper look familiar? Yeah. I'm looking at him, he does look like that photographer. What's his name? It was Rubinio, obviously. Did someone call me? Oh, it's you. The lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it. It's good to see you gave up on your artsy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. Hey, I'm not doing this willingly. I was given community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me an esteemed photographer community service. Me. Yeah, I can believe that. Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful you got off without jail time. Pff, you sound like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. So did you two want to ask me something, or you just want to hear to gawk? Gop. What? Where does gopping? I do have a couple of questions, if you don't mind, Rubinio. Have you met a Prince 1? I don't know, bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name Prince 1, have you? No, I've never met anyone like that. If this is about that assassination attempt on the king, then you asked the wrong person. I only started working here today. Is there anything else you wanted to ask? How's the groundskeeping going? Terrible. Tourists are pigs. Sometimes literally. Look at what all this rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. I'm gonna picked up at the west entrance. A book page. A whole book I can understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page? Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take it off your hands? Sure. What's it worth to you? What's it worth? It's trash. It's literally worthless. I'm supposed to be destroying it as per my duties. Alright. I suppose I'll deliver a little conversation. Absolutely. We're lawyers. We can do all kinds of crazy things. It's a deal. Take the page. Page 44 of Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. Psst, Falcon, how are you going to fulfill that part of your deal? I don't have a clue. I'll cross that bridge later once this case is over, maybe. Do you want to ask you something else? No, that's it. Well, let's get you back to your work then, Mr. Rubinio. All right. Page 44 seems to be missing. Yeah, we have it here. So we definitely passed through this area. Or at least we can, you know, we can maybe believe it enough. Let's go to Place du Carreau. We're all done here? Not yet. Pass me that map. Oh, never mind. I take it back. Salle du Tibre. Understanding Cocorico's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stopped in before heading to the Grand Gallery. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anybody around to interrogate. Interview. Right, interview. Since it's quiet, maybe we should take the opportunity to do a little snooping. All the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery where the murder took place. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-tooth comb. I bet that numbskull Inspector Valerty didn't even think to check this room for clues. Your logic seems very questionable. A little questionable, but I couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. Sort of ceremonial container. It's beautifully crafted, but what does it contain? It's an arcane wine cabinet. Don't be ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact gifted to Emperor Hadrian for his victory in Euphrates in 123 AD. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia. All right, you got me. This could be a hippo's chamber pot for all I know. That's pretty good. See, a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze. How much do you think they're worth? I don't know. 300 francs apiece, at least. What? I'm in the wrong profession. I don't think archaeology works for a get-rich-quick scheme. If I said anything about archaeology, I was going to become a museum robber. That's one way to get rich quick. It's a good way to go to jail, but, you know. Supporting column, it's holding the roof up. If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get its own location on time. Indeed. The style is ionic. Iony is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of stand or podium? It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs. The doorstops are similar large. Those are Roman history. Trust me. Historian. A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water only for cremated remains. Or for cremated remains. Probably not both at the same time. Smells good. Don't sniff the exhibits. No, really. This urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey. Poor thing. You're hallucinating from hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on the way up? Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something in there. I can feel it. What I found in this urn? That's someone's old rubbish. No, look. Oh, God damn it. I think I'm like accidentally tapping it. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70, perhaps 80% cocoa. Belgian. The level of wrapper crumbling and the firmness of the chocolate residue indicated that it was discarded just a few days ago. Yes, I am certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed on the 7th of January, the day of the murder. Mon Dieu, Sparrowson, you deducted all that from smelling the wrapper? Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it. That wouldn't be necessary. Sparrowson, if you could apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective. If only all evidence was edible. So do you have any idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who concerned it. There's no possible way I can know that. I suppose we will have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore. Interesting, because I see a Lender Hickle-Slacks Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper. You can't blame Burr for trying. Okay, I think that's it. Let's head to the Grand Gallery. The Grand Gallery, the murder room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting. I see hundreds of paintings. Which one's the new one? My nose itches. I haven't the foggiest. We will have to ask somebody. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Excuse me, Monsieur. We'd like to know what the your Mona Lisas from your last suppers. Oh, hi. Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January? The one the king came to visit. I can help you with that. It's the piece right behind you. Ah, it's a painting of the king himself. That's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcon? What do I think? Well, I'm no art critic, but it's subtle and nuanced. The careful brushstrokes, the pre-Raphaelite soft tones, Raphaelite? Yeah. And the subliminal use of light. This is contrasted, nuanced work. It's evocative painting that alludes to a forgotten era. He said a lot of words, but I'm not sure if they're any closer to knowing your opinion. You monsieurs aren't regulars at art galleries. No, we're a right pair of Philistines. I've never even been to the Middle East. That was pretty good. I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt. That's right. We're actually hoping we could ask you a couple of questions about what you saw. I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I didn't see anything, but I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? R&M Associates, the home of Renard Vulpes, a private investigator. Renard Vulpes. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types. No, please give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before, and I'm sure he'll do the same for you. I'm not making any promises, but I'll keep hold of the card. We appreciate the help. It's no trouble. Thank you for your time. Is there anything else we can do here? We could turn the whole grand gallery upside down in our hunt for evidence, but that's not possible. So many people around. We should probably just move to another room. Let's book it. We all done here? Yep. Let's go. It's a new day. Gosh. Okay. So we found the chocolate evidence. We should probably look for the poisoned lady person at the house. And then after that, we'll go to Chocolate Emporium, I guess. This does not require a day? Okay. Oh, customers. Hello? Is this the office of Renard Vulpes? Ah. It's you two. Mousy, what are you doing here? This is where I work. See, R&M, Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Vulpe and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. To be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Vulpes who chooses which cases to take on. Then can we speak with him? Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, he's on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England. But he's set to return in a week or two. Maybe you can come back then? It's no good to us. Our case will be over by then. There's nothing to be done about it. I suppose we'll have to come back later. Interesting. At the market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeoisie and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince 1 said that he met a flower girl here. Sigan? No. I think Hugh said her name was. There was a swan with flowers over there. Think that's her? It's possible she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself. So we should probably act with tact and finesse. Mademoiselle Flower Lady, we'd like a word. Tact. Good day. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from a lady. I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I saw my last one a week ago. Perhaps you'd be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead. It's a beautiful flower for a fair maiden. Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby and has said dumb things ever since. Oh man, that's a good one. I'll have to remember this one. fell out of his nest as a baby, and he said dumb things ever since. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, damn it. Stop double tapping. Let me introduce myself. I'm J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Sagan? Sign. Catherine. I'm going to call you Catherine. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt? How did you know? I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as a murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me. The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads, so do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Business is slow. Please, ask away. Who bought your last rose? The person who bought the rose. I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox. I met him around a week ago on the 6th. We talked for a little while about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear the fox is on trial, but to be honest, I don't think he's guilty. Why is that? Actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling. It just so happens that we're defending this particular fox in the court d'assises. If you have something to say that could prove his innocence, now would be the time to let us know. I'm sorry, monsieurs, I can't. Oh, well. Oh, damn it. Damn. Nice display of tact and finesse. You scared her off. She knows something crucial about the case. We need to get to the bottom of whatever it is. Okay, well, another day. We're going to go to the Chocolate Emporium. Welcome to Lender Hegelslack's Chocolate Emporium, the finest Belgian chocolate shop in all of Paris. I am Lander Hegelslack, founder and owner of this establishment. I am J.J. Falcon, a defense attorney. Good day, monsieur. Oh yes, very fancy. Ah, damn it. Stop with the... It's a funny story, you see. When I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney. I don't know if there's a button for me to skip, but I don't think there is. What is it? The smell, Falcon, is overpowering me. It's demanding that I lay waste to the shop. For pity's sake, restrain yourself, Sparrowson. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? So, are you monsieurs here to buy some chocolate? Yes! No, we're actually here on business. Business? First things first, we believe this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop, are we correct? That is indeed the trademarked Hegelslack wrapper for genuine Belgian Hegelslack chocolate. This is almost certainly bought from this very establishment. With that established, there's something else we wish to ask. Do you know who bought this piece of chocolate? Probably not. Just because of matters of confidentiality, although that is a fact you understand. But because I couldn't possibly know that. I thought elephants never forget. Memory is impeccable, monsieur, but you must understand that I have dozens of customers a day. There are hundreds of people who could have potentially bought this particular item. Your memory is good, but you need further information. If we were to give you a description and the name of a person, would you be able to tell us whether they purchased something from you? Yes, I could probably do that. Let me think. Who to ask about? Oh, this is like everybody ever in the whole thing? Okay. Have you ever served one Corrido, the Prince of Spain? No, monsieur. Well, that's good to hear. I did want to serve a princess from Mali, if that helps. That's a girl hiking the Himalaya. Please stop. Let me think. Okay. How about Mousy? Nice, terrify me. Let me think. Thank you for your time. We'll return with our investigation has progressed a little. Okay. I don't have much more time left, which is a problem. There's nothing left at the Louvre. The Louvre. Palace of Justice, no. Chocolate Emporium. I guess we're gonna go to Le Canard Joyeux. Like such an American. I thought you were done with this mopey drinking. I'm not here to drink, Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If you wish to learn about more about this Prince 1, this will be an ideal place to start asking questions. Feeling any better? Much better. Thank you for asking. It's ready here, hon. Will it be the usual? No, I'm back to investigate. We want to know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently. I'm lucky to serve the occasional bourgeoisie. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty. Maybe I should ask your patrons. Feel free. Our old regulars, Rufus and Powell, are playing cards in the attic. Same as always. All sorts of characters in the drinking room. Quick, I have to power eat these chips. Indeed. I've been pursuing this set of footsteps for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Spotted it. It was a boar. Big, stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. Readied my gun. Carefully took aim. Bam! Shot it? No. It was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like a heart attack. Manan went the same way. When I take a close look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. It was rabid. Possible. I don't think so. I remember reading something about frothing at the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. This is super important. This is super important to our investigation. Thank you for overhearing this conversation. I'm going to say I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? Excuse me, Monsieur. Can I help you? You said the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Could you give me some further details? Not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think caused it? I would guess it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around. Wolf's Bane, I think they call it. Really have no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. What is it? I don't suppose you've seen a Juan Carita around here. He's a Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hat. Everyone calls him Senor. Calls everyone Senor. Ain't got a clue. Sorry, Messieurs. Barking up the wrong tree. I'm afraid my compadre has a point. When talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty? Sounds like a question to be answered at the library, Monsieur, not a tavern. Chat sure is quiet. Yeah. It can be that way sometimes. The usual suspects aren't here to hang out, so. Come on, pal. Just one more game of Jacques Noir. My wallet is hurting enough as it is. Please, I'll even let you deal this time. This is no Rufus. I'm skint. Want to play cards? You'll have to ask someone else. Excuse me, Monsieur. Yes, you. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir? Sure. I don't know how to play it, but sure. Do you know how to play? Of course. Been playing for years. Took a cocky falcon. Very good. Bet 5 francs per game. Here we go. Oh, it's Jack Black. What am I at? 16? No. It's 14. Fuck. Hit me. Oh, no. Shit. This is super bad. Stand. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, do me one more. Kapow! Alright, we're at 3. Hit me. Hit me again. Oh, you son of a bitch. Last time. Win or lose, this is the last time. Magic the Gathering. You know me. Hit me again. I'm gonna stand this time. If this guy gets 21, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Hey, I win. Well played. Here's your payout. So we have another round. I'm done. Understand. Feel free to come back anytime. Well, that's it? There's only that? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. The Bibliotheque Cache. Occasionally, special cinematic scenes marked by an exclamation mark will pop up on the map. These cinematic scenes are only available for 1 day before disappearing. They take no time to visit. Their viewing is entirely optional. That's dope. Let's go do that. Storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the royal assassination attempt has spread. The proletariats grow confident. The bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. And then a revolution. Interesting. I don't know. I can do it for free, so let me do that. See if I can talk to her. We don't have time for your discussion. Let's continue our investigation elsewhere. Okay. Don't eat poisoned pork. The other piece of advice: if you want to learn about a member of royalty, hit the library. And all. Are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? I enjoy more modern works. Have you read The Three Musketeers yet? That's heaps of romance, intrigue, and action. You would love it, Sparrowson. Of course I've read The Three Musketeers. Despite its contrived narrative turns, I enjoyed the novel's scathing critique of our current socio-political climate. Wow, that's quite an insightful review. Wait a minute. You just memorized the single sentence to sell well-rounded, didn't you? Maybe? You're squawking from the other side of the building. It's Nathan! Oh, that's beautiful. Apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? An astute observation? Yes, monsieur. The only quiet person in the library. I'm most assuredly the librarian. Well, now that we have our attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do? Oh, right, I do. What can you tell us about the Spanish monarchy? I need to prepare, spit out whatever imbecile question. I understand that a Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown? The contenders are? An elementary school child can name the immediate heirs of the everyday throne. Yes, but for the sake of those children who haven't slept through class, or who might have slept through class, can you refresh our memories? Very well. I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch is Queen Regent Isabella, in the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Queen Regent Isabella. Upon her death, the crown will likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim. The Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montemolon.
Catch all that, Sparrowson. Not a word. So we're actually interested in the Prince Juan Querida of Spain. Don't think I've heard that name in your explanation. Juan Querida? Is that what you said? Sir, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain, and I'm not even sure Querido is a real name. It is certainly no land of any Spanish monarchy. How strange. One thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but maybe it may be in our interest to confront him directly and get some answers. What can you tell us about Don Quixote? I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it? Ah, it's a classic. Everyone has read it. Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't, we're going to sit here and summarize the great work of literature to two imbeciles who are too lazy to read. Nor would I expect you to, Missouri. But what can you tell us about the physical book itself? Didn't come from any library, if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. So it was acquired from a bookshop, a French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wants them to give it away. I see. Thank you. Do you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? That's all. Don't worry, Monsieur. I think we're done here. Thanks for your time. I feel like it's been too long. It's going to take a full day. Oh, no. Oh. I don't know what else to do, because... Shit. What are my options here? So, I don't know if anyone's following along. I know that my client isn't the Prince of Spain. Like, I can be sure that he is in fact not Prince of Spain. So he's lying to us, right? So then what is his plan? You know, like, he's obviously... He attempted to murder the king, right? Or, I mean, maybe he was caught in some sort of deal, but I don't know. Something's up. I need to talk to him. I most certainly can. We have reasons to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of statutes 204B and 4488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes, you, Monsieur, being held directly responsible for a consequence of legal action. I need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell. Perry Mason. Memorize? Oh, come on, Sparrow. I'll learn how to bluff. Senior Falcon, it's good to see you again. You have some good news in my case, I hope. Listen, Juan, in order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing, the prosecution's evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble. Do you want me to spell it out for you? I know that you're not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Querida. I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come on, Sparrow. We're leaving. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Querida is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That is the persona concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, Monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. I like stories. There was a girl, a mademoiselle, who was in a great deal of debt. I think I know where this is going. Everyone has debt these days, Monsieur. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. Mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget that you are owed. What you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish and archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. KFFC, good emote. The knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I'm saying, monsieur? I understand. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully, that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? That is a great point. I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime? What's your real name? What is in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I am Juan Creta. Tomorrow I am Bruno Rayer, a pauper living under the bridge of the Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect you already know my real name. Renard Vulpes, private investigator. Very astute. I did notice. I instantly thought about that. You are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney, but that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me. You know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. This isn't about me, Juan. Renard. Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what truth is it that you are attempting to uncover? That's all. I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we learned all that we can for now. Don't feel like we've learned very much. Before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Some sort of code? Something like that. But rest assured that this does not directly pertain to the case. This has to be trial day. This has to be the full 6 days. Okay, well, I want to head to R&M Associates and talk to what's his face. It's trial day. We have a Spanish press to defend. All right, what am I thinking? Oh, we can't go anywhere else? Oh, no. No. Oh, well. Falcon and Spearson find themselves waiting inside the doors. Are you feeling nervous? Yes. Of course I'm nervous. What have we learned about Prince Juan? What do we know about the real murder? Nothing. We can do this. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order? Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Such confidence. Magnificent. See. Bringing the truth to light, you say. An admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants. The door is open. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Good luck. This is going to be tough. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. Well, you're the nervous one. The whole courtroom is nervous. Oh, cool your feathers, Falcon. Can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you acted before the trial has even started, you pompous-tailed posture perfect. Order, order, let's all settle down. The court is now in session with Judge Romulus. Where's Remus? Where's Remus and Romulus? The other half. He's in the crowd. Falcon, what is it? Is it me or does the primary judge look hairier today? It's a different judge than the one who presided over Dame. I keep saying damn, like all that damn Cataliers. Catalines. It's Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus. Oh. Little. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be presiding over this case. Where is he? He's gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. Rest assured, assessors, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury that I am more than qualified to fulfill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Carrito, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and is conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. The defense is ready and present. Present and ready. Prosecutor is ready, Your Honor. Good. Very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. You're just messing with your head. Keep it together. Accident my ass. I bet he was pushed. Yes, Rose. That was a not so subtle, nod, but yeah. I don't know if you've been picking up at all, but there was that little cutscene that was optional that we could watch, and there were two wolves talking quietly to themselves, and they said like the time is right, the people are going to revolt, So I'm seeing that there's like some sort of like social, sort of, some engineering going on here in the background. Someone's pulling the threads to make something happen. We got to figure out what it is. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Police officer who investigated the crime scene, Inspector Just Voletti. Yeah. So I have a feeling something's going on here. Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation. My name is Inspector Just Voletti. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the gutterettes. That'll do. We've all heard your monologue before. So we're going for a speedrun world record, isn't he? Yeah, now can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Lord's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Indeed. Did you say o'clock? There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, and the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 24 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan and then promptly dropping dead. God damn it! Stop double-clicking! Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poison rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative. I have no further questions. I was hoping the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make it particularly speedy, wouldn't it? But no, we are not so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. Wish to cross-examine the witness. A high-ranking police officer would never lie to the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse him of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. Sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination. The Major Howell with a rose in hand with 24 citizens, our coroner determined died of poisoning. Inspector, you say the coroner determined that with certainty Major Howell was killed by poison. Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility his death was natural. What kind of poison? What kind of poison was it? What kind of poison it was? He was not certain. At first, the coroner posited that it was a plant-borne poison, like that of an aconite flower. But then, when he learned how fast the poison taken effect, he noted that it was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested it may have been something newly engineered concoction. That only reaffirms that this is a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. How was he poisoned? His finger was pricked by the poison rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attest to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else? I don't have any evidence, and that's what really bothers me, is that this one, I felt like I uncovered a lot of like information, but I didn't do it in time or something like that. Like I messed it up, and because I only had a certain number of days to do it, I messed it up. Like it didn't go through. I'm curious how this is going to play out. But too much of a coincidence. Do you have another question about the poison? I do not. I have no more questions about the poison. 24 citizens. See, there were about 24 citizens, all of whom attest to seeing the client deliver the poison rose. Correct. We collected precisely 22 testimonies, and there were no major inconsistencies. The testimony is trustworthy. I saw nothing to give me doubt. Sure, there's a possibility the citizens were bribed or threatened. I know a thing or two about corruption. I've seen plenty of liars during my time as a police officer. A man can be bribed or threatened into reciting a lie, perhaps 5 or 6. But 22? Seems the lie would show well before them. It's just not possible. Defense, don't waste your time. We've been treating this case as if the intended murder target was King Louis Philippe. There's another possibility. What if the killer was trying to murder Major Hal from the very beginning? You're bluffing. My question stands. A myriad of reasons why you're unfathomably stupid. First, it does not absolve your client of any guilt. That's true. The defendant was intended to murder Major Howell, then he is still guilty of murder and will likely face the same punishment as before. If it doesn't make sense. Nobody has a motive to kill Major Howell, but plenty have a motive to kill the king. Alright, I get it. Third, many citizens attest to saying that the defendant deliberately tried to approach the king himself. Intentions were clear to everyone present. Fourth, that'll do. Don't ask so many stupid questions. I really don't have anything else to do. I don't have any evidence to say otherwise. Tested to seeing the king and his entourage approaching the new paintings, and each heard the king deliver a short speech, which was on the subject of progress and societal improvements and whatnot. There was some applause. Then Prince 1 stepped out of the crowd and approached the king with a rose in hand. Each person then saw Major Hal take the rose from Prince 1, and each person saw Major Hal promptly drop dead. We're quite graphic. He convulsed, twisted, and spasmed. His mouth frothed like he was a rabid lunatic. Correct. 10 o'clock. Time you recalled, how long did it take for you to arrive at the crime scene? Around 5 minutes. I happened to be in the neighboring Palais Royal. This is what you're... I'm guessing the Major Hal would have been dead around 10 minutes by the time you arrived. That'd be a fair estimate. That possibility, I don't think the court would appreciate my wild speculations, though. I beg your pardon? You clucked like a chicken. Yes, absolutely. Why did the inspector choose to say that? What now? A mistrial. This trial is not progressing in a manner befitting of justice. The defense is blatantly floundering. More so than usual. He is seemingly unable to provide a single coherent thought. Hey, you got a point, Falcon. Your arguments have been all over the place. His arguments are terrible because there is nothing that can be defended. That's possible. Or perhaps he is drunk. It would be the first time. I am not drunk. Certainly not sober. Why let a blatant criminal get a free pass just because his lawyer is an alcoholic? Your Honor, I am as certain of one Korea's guilt as you are. But to prove his guilt the legal way, the right way, I need a competent opponent to debate with. Let me deliver justice in a suitable legal environment. Give the defense one more chance to gather evidence. Okay, I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. Well, he did say about 2 dozen, by the way. For the record, yeah, he did say about 2 dozen. That's an estimation. It said 22. Fine. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st. Do your damn job. Get the stupid Fox conviction already. I'll do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor. Defense, don't think we can worm out the second trial session with any more mistrial nonsense. JJ, you dolt. You colossal dolt. How could you mess up the trial session so badly? I'm doing my best. Evidently, your best is not good enough. Your client would be awaiting the guillotine if we hadn't played the mistrial card back there. I thought securing guilty verdicts was your reason. Yeah, whatever. Was your reason. We were bragging about a quick trial and everything. Your hope was blithering fools. I don't live to condemn criminals. I live to ensure justice is served. I can't do that if the opposition wastes their time twiddling their thumbs like they should be building a defense. I don't care. I'm not your mentor. If you fail, it's no skin off my back. I came to give you this. It's a letter that ended up in my pigeonhole, but it's addressed to you. Wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. I don't know. I'm not courier. I have business to attend to. Get your shit together. Get our what? Is that an expression? Yeah. Anyways, what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat. A threat made out with cutout newspaper. Whoa. Let's see it. Falcon. You got lucky this time, but stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary. There is no question this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. It's curious the writer chose to threaten us rather than Severin. He was the one who saved that trial, after all. Maybe we're closer to uncovering the murderer than we thought. Why would a person write with cutout newspaper letters like this? Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason, although I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with our investigation, though, right? Absolutely. If a lawyer were deterred any time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. With only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Let's make those days count. It's a good point. We have to make these days count. We are not going to the Louvre. Okay. So, from what I gather, my thoughts are the wolves are planning something. The wolves want to convict the fox. But why? I think by doing that, they're going to upset the other people. They're going to upset the proletariat, the bourgeoisie. So I think the wolves want to do that. So they rush the trial because we don't have any evidence. So we're given more time to collect our evidence because that will make a strong case that we want to serve justice and not just put him away. So we want to save the fox. So what do we know? We know the fox is not the Prince of Spain. We know that he's undercover for something because he's part of the R&M Associates private investigation firm. So I need to talk to them so I can know what I'm up against. Logan. Hi, Mousy. We have a message for you. It's from Prince One himself. He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter. Oh, yes. The birds have migrated successfully. But if Monsieur, Prince One told you that, then you must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Take them. These are used train ticket stubs. It looks like 2 people took a railway trip to Vienna. What is the point of this? Prince One said they would help you with the trial. See the names? Oh. These are the Swan's parents. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are. Neither do I, really. Prince One just told me to book train tickets for these people and then to make sure they caught the train. And so that I did. I'm not exactly sure how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep holding them just in case. Let's go, Sparrow-san. Done playing courier. Can I see my evidence? No, I can't. Damn, that's annoying. She's not here, is she? What is this one? This is the one I'm concerned about. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go back to the Louvre. So I literally just wasted this day. Yeah, let's waste our day, thanks. Big picture's coming together nicely. Some believe that Prince 1 came clean. His secret was putting the whole case in jeopardy. We still got one day until the trial. How to spend it? We visit the lure. We just play some cards. Something wrong, Sparrow-san. Falcon, we need to talk. What's up? I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing to do, I know. Anyways, I realized that we were missing a crucial piece of evidence. We know that Major Howell consumed a piece of chocolate before he died. We know that he died of poisoning. We still aren't sure about the chocolate. We still aren't sure that the chocolate was the cause. If we keep pushing the chocolate theory, Cocorico will almost certainly bring that up. If one were to consume the wrapper itself, then we provide proof of whether it contains traces of poison. That could work, but you'd be incredibly foolish. Were you thinking of eating the wrappers, Barrison? Maybe. We'll stop those thoughts right now. I'm not going to let you potentially kill yourself like that. I knew you would say that. So I already consumed the wrapper 45 minutes ago. Dun dun dun. FFZ emotes work without legacy pop out. Hi. Hell yeah, dude. I'm so happy. I'm so happy the emote menu is back. Gosh, I seriously missed it. I missed it so much. It's crazy. I'm so glad it's back. Also, welcome back, Levon. How are you? Sparrow-san! Sparrow-san! That actually made my day. The emotes are me doing the thing, because I don't think me doing the thing would do that. Sparrow's okay. Well, he's not conscious right now, but he's stable. I think it's safe to say your friend is not on his deathbed. Thank God. How did you say this happened again? It's a long story. Lawyering, occupational hazard. Doctor, can you tell me what poison caused this? I'm not an expert in mental health. Or I'm an expert in toxicology. I have sent for a specialist who should be here tomorrow morning. He'll make a full assessment. That's good to hear. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of him. Wait a moment. There's a matter of the bill. I have an important case to prepare for, and I'm one partner down. He's in good hands. Do I have time? This is terrible. What the hell is Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this. You finally found you. Running around like a headless chicken. You're on one tricky lawyer to find. Dropped the investigation, but you wouldn't listen. Step forward. Alright, I'll step forward. It'll be the last thing you'll ever see. Au revoir, JJ Falcon. Where am I? Am I dead? No, this can't be right. It's nighttime. I'm just sleeping. If I focus and count to 3, I should be able to wake up. 1, 2. Did it work? Ah, Dame Cataline. I can't believe how easy you were to fool. I put on a cutesy voice, acted all innocent, and you ate the whole thing up. Shut up. I don't need to be lectured by a murderer. I'm the murderer? It was your accusation that put Baron Ragu on death row. It wasn't my fault. Where are we going? Out of my way. I'm not done talking to Dame Cataline. Is that the excuse you make after all your failures? I'm not making excuses. Failure after failure after failure. No desire to improve upon yourself. You're a joke of a lawyer, JJ. Don't call me JJ. That's all you have to say? How pathetic. You don't even deserve to stand in your grandfather's shadow. My grandfather? I'll prove you wrong. I can do better. It's you, Sparrowson. Have you come to break me too? Oh no, I'm just here to tell you to wake up. Wake up. Wake up, dude. Can you hear me? I said wake up. A new day. It's Friday. Point de Arts. What is his name? Toussaint? Look at Monzo. I said wake up. You're starting to worry me. Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure whether I could find a doctor or a mortician. Ugh. My head. Where am I? The Point de Arts. You know, by the Louvre. By the Louvre in Paris, France. I just fished you out of the Seine. Nearly broke my rod doing it. I know, you're that disrespectful lawyer guy. Giro Falco or something. What time is it? Actually, what day is it? You hit your head pretty hard, huh? It's the 21st of January. Around 9 o'clock in the morning by my reckoning. 9 o'clock. Oh no, the trial! I should have been there 10 minutes ago. Take it easy. I'm sure they'll be understanding. Maybe if I sprint. Your condition? Stupid. Take a seat. Clear your head. Wait for some dry clothes. No time. At least take this where you go. What is this? A dip pen? No, it's a modern fountain pen. Bone handle. Gold nib. This is fancy. Really? Are you sure? You were holding it pretty tightly when I found you. I was holding this. Then I suppose it has to be mine. Thanks, fisherman. I owe you one. Don't call me a fisherman. Really? You have a fish rod, you know. 9 o'clock. I believe it's time for roll call. And the defense not present? Tisk, such unprofessionalism. I'll now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince 1 is guilty of murdering Major Howell and conspiring to murder King. Fine, but make it quick. I'm a firm believer the trial must be orderly and punctual. There is no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. But it seems something rash to end a trial session the moment it is due to start. Perhaps it would be prudent to wait 5 or 10 minutes in case the defense is just a little tardy. The trial still has a chance to proceed and justice will be served. You have nothing to worry about. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed. Your Honor, you appear confused. I'm not here to secure a guilty verdict. Good old Edgeworth. Good on you. Mr. What the fuck his name? Cocorico? There we go. Cocorico. Of course you are. You're a prosecutor. By definition, you're to prosecute. No, my job description is to prosecute, but I am here in this courtroom to ensure justice is served. An unfair and unbalanced trial is not in the spirit of justice. The spirit of justice. It's a very noble view, but the defense is absent, and there's little that can be done. I'll talk with the jury. The defense is present, Your Honor. You're too late, Falcon. Come on, douche, actually. Look like a total mess. Did you take a morning swim in the Seine? Something like that. You're only 3 minutes over schedule. It is not needlessly dirty to pure... Let's not needlessly dirty the pure name of justice. There we go. Your Honor. Rules are rules. One more word out of either of you, I shall leave both disbarred. It's a pity. The King of France must be looking forward to standing behind the witness podium. The King of France is here? Oh, we're not doing the trial after all? That's a pity. Your Majesty, what a surprise. Well, you see, it's my 7th time testifying against a would-be assassin. This is the first time I've seen a trial where the case was ended before it even began. He was late and, oh, pish posh, France has become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Let's go ahead with the trial. That'll be fun. Look, I'll say the oath to get us started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I get it right? That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections with the king testifying. No objections here. Going ahead with the trial is fine by me. Sure you wouldn't stand in the way of the king, would you, Your Honor? Fine. Proceed with your cursed trial. Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities the day of the murder? My activities? Well, I started the day with tea and toast, as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs. I think you can skip ahead a little bit, perhaps to your arrival at the Louvre. All right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered the Louvre's south entrance around 9 o'clock. Yes, this is him. Louis Philippe. We passed through the Salle de Tibre with a little fanfare, and then at Grand Gallery I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended. As when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose, which was taken by Major Howell, and well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do. Madames and messieurs of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince One's guilt. This is no ordinary testimony. This is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Oh, you flatter me. But I am the trustworthiest in all the kingdom, aren't I? I have no doubts, Your Majesty. Nonetheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination. The utter nerve. Oh, calm yourself. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. Okay, if we have ourselves the map, which we don't, god damn it, I thought we did. That is true. He did enter through the south around 9 o'clock. He was killed around 10 o'clock, wasn't he? Passed through the Salle de Tibre with a little fanfare. You say that you passed through the Salle de Tibre uneventfully. Indeed, you stopped briefly to look at the paintings and then moved on to the Grand Gallery. What did you see in the Salle de Tibre? What did you see? What did I see? Well, Roman stuff, mostly. I meant, aside from the Roman artifacts, for example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage? I want the king to elaborate. I have reason to believe that this was a key moment of the day of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw. Let me think. So there was a giant doorstep, and there was this copper urn thing. Oh, something else, now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant, mademoiselle. I don't have much for a sweet tooth, but Major Howell was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? Please continue. I think the prosecution startled because he just came across the realization that I was not spouting drivel from the previous trial. That's debatable. To cut a long story short, Your Majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some resemblance to the case at, to some relevance, sorry, to the case at hand. Could you describe her? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I couldn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, perhaps in her late teens or early 20s. I don't suppose her name was... yeah. Swanson? Sign. That sounds familiar. Well, yes, I think that it was. She was Mademoiselle Singh. I see. It's undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Singh gave chocolates to Major Hal minutes before he died. I see what you're alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting the gift of chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. The king has just testified Major Hal ate chocolates. Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved the chocolates were poisoned. We assume the swan is merely offering a gift rather than speculating she's a murderer. Shame on you, defense, implicating a poor, innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I ought to end this trial. I do have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned. If you had a piece of evidence that's in it, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence. Why am I not surprised? The trial is just getting good. Why did all of a sudden go quiet? He lacks evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue his argument, I believe the cross-examination has come to an end. I'm not done yet. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office, and Swanson stopped. Why, it has a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudo-scientific experiment you performed did not consist of evidence. I think the trial's over. Sorry, I've always wanted to do that. Sparrowson, are you okay? Yep. The doctor said I have iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poisoned chocolate issue. I even have a doctor's note. See? It's too late. The trial's over. You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial unsaid. You must allow it. I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges. I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It's to ensure justice is served. Read the contents of that note for the court to hear. This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted into salpetriere. I don't know. I'm fucking guessing here. He displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, originally from a plant known as aconite, monkshood, or wolfsbane. We questioned the patient, and he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient is clinically... we can skip that bit. Yada, yada, yada. Signed, Dr. Falvet. I don't suppose they'll even question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered. You can get his autograph later. Do I get cross-examined with the prosecution? I see little to cross-examine. Do your damn job. Cross this little annoying liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds. He has a note signed by a medical professional, definitely proving the chocolate wrapper from the crime was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that. So then what the hell do we do now? We do nothing, Your Honor. The poisoned wrapper was introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree JJ's evidence is still tenuous. A step above circumstantial. We have proven a link, a not wholly illogical link. And you haven't proved beyond doubt that Major Hal was killed by chocolate. But you haven't done that. You are still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that is required in any good court of law? Where is the witnesses who can back up the claims? I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help. Hey, it's the lady. You, Sparrowson. It's great to see you on your feet, and you have been an enormous asset to this case. But what are you trying to pull off now? Surprise witness. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that Corkery like calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we should beat him his own game. I brought the flower girl, so that she can testify about Prince One's character. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established Mademoiselle was the possible suspect for this case. What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify. Do you understand what you are agreeing to? I do. I have accepted my fate. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle Sign as a witness? None. Bearing in mind, of course, you are here to defend Prince 1 and not to convict her. Prosecuting is my job, of course. Proceed, witness. Speak the oath. The oath? You swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Sorry, I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Say your name and occupation. My name is Catherine Marie. Sign. I'm a flower seller. Mademoiselle Sign. Tell the courtroom of your activities in the morning of the 7th of January. Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre around 9 o'clock. I followed. When they came to a stop in the Salle de Tibre. God, I fucking hate French. God fucking damn it. I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused. A guard, a big dog by the name of Major Howell, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to those chocolates. That can't be right. I used poison derived from monkshood, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire. Why? People have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man with no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people. Falcon, say something. You are being coerced or threatened? Speak freely. No, monsieur. I am confessing by my own volition. It is my guilt and nobody else's. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. Looks like you weren't a confessor out of this murderous pute. That gets them off the clip. Look, okay, we'll wrap the court session up. I haven't finished my examination. To what end? You've already proven your client's innocence. I wish to uncover the truth. You're here to defend Prince 1, and you've done that job with a disgusting level of diligence. I believe that Mademoiselle has admitted something huge of huge importance. I wish to question her further. I won't allow it. Fine. I'll at least show something to the witness. The right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You took my head in. Fine. If I'll shut you up, I'll let you show one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial, though. You have nothing more to say than this? Take a look at these. Train ticket stubs. Look at the names. Papa and Mama. In Vienna? Are they really safe? They are. The tickets were arranged courtesy of the Fox. That means the wolf has nothing to hold over me. I can speak freely. Go ahead. What are you two muttering about down there? I'm amending my testimony, Your Honor. Members of the court, everything I have said today has been the truth. I did go to the Louvre on the 7th. I did present a box of poisoned chocolates to the king. It was not of my volition. I was threatened. I was forced to carry out the task under threat of harm. See, my family has been struggling to get by. The winter has been harsh, and my flower business has been struggling. One day a man approached me. A man assumed to be kind-hearted. This man offered me 200 francs to get us through the cold. I could not afford to repay the debt. When I attempted to bargain, he offered me a deal. Assist him with murder, and he would drop all debts. Refuse, and he would ruin me and my parents. It's rough. I obliged. The alternative meant death for those who I love. The name of the man who did this is Judge Romulus. Ha! What a creative story. Obviously a last-minute desperate attempt at passing the buck. The sheer laziness of this girl to accuse a man she's never met before, she's blatantly flattering. I've heard dozens of self-pitying yarns. Although admittedly, this is the first time I've seen a witness directly accuse a judge. Quite a brazen gambit. In any case, these sorts of stories never turn out to be true. They are always proven to be fabrications born of desperation. I've never been more honest. Listen, I would like to believe your story, but accusing a man, a judge no less, of conspiring to murder the king is a hugely serious accusation. Do you have any proof to support your story? You say he lent you money. then you both must have signed a contract when you made the transaction. That contract would suffice as proof. Contracts were verbal. He said the money was a gift at first, and only later said I had to repay him. How convenient. Of course this supposed contract doesn't exist. Yes, she has no proof that her story is a blatant lie. You have to do something. A link, of course. Members of the court, I know for certain that the Mademoiselle's story is true. I can say with certainty that Judge Romulus has made contact with Mademoiselle Sign in the past. I know this because at this very moment I am holding a key piece of evidence that links Romulus directly to the crime scene. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ooh. I'm holding a key piece of evidence that links Romulus directly to the crime scene. It can only be this, right? It has to be this. Wait, no. Oh gosh. I'm having flashbacks. Oh god. Oh goodness. Do I even have evidence for that? Oh no. Okay, think. Process elimination. It's not this. It's not this. Right? So we have evidence that links Judge Romulus directly to the crime scene. The crime scene would be the Louvre, or at least the area around the Louvre. And that would have to be the chocolate raptor or the rose. Unless it was Don Quixote, but I don't think it was. On close examination, page 44 seems to be missing, and that was found at the Louvre's west entrance. Right, which is kind of the crime scene, but not really. The closest thing to the crime scene seems like this, but that doesn't seem right. Unless the wolf bought this and made her poison it. Yeah, losing time. You want to exonerate the mademoiselle, and that's admirable, but it's also obvious that you don't have the evidence to support your claims right here and now. Son, we are clearly a caring individual, but this outcome is for the best. How the hell is this for the best? I guess I didn't have that. My parents are safe. That's all I wanted. What about you? We find the defendant to be cleared of all charges. We find the defendant not guilty. That almost seems like a failure. You? Well, you haven't been formally tried yet. Fortunately for you, we have a free trial slot this afternoon. We will return your guilt by nightfall. Nobody likes gallows humor? Alright, court is George. Thank you, Falcon, Sparrowson. You did your best. Damn it. This isn't how I think one of things go, Senior Falcon. No, me neither. We mustn't blame ourselves. You made an admirable effort to save everyone. Do you know why I hired you as my defense lawyer? I really don't. I hired you because I thought you were a lawyer with a philosophy, an ideal. And I stand by that. You are a man with a strong ideal. It's just unrefined, like an unpolished gemstone. Enough time, your ideal will become more refined, and you will come to live up to your reputable family name. I didn't know that. He's not talking about... Never mind. In any case, here's your payment. I don't deserve this. Keep it. I dragged you into this. It's only fair I compensate you for your time. Feel free to come by R&M Associates if you need any help with the future. You actually managed to successfully defend your client. Are you going to be in charge of prosecuting Madame Osine? Probably. Why? Do you think you can get her a reduced sentence? For attempting the murder of the king? I empathize, JJ, but I'm not a miracle worker. No lawyer can save the flower girl now. I'm going to get a drink. Okay, I'm pretty sure that there's nothing I could have done there. Okay, well, anyways, regardless, that's it for tonight. It's getting a little late. I actually really enjoyed this, and I want to keep playing. So I might make this a thing. So, alright, well,